before he can start walking back in.
And sure, it's not an amazing lane for the Gyro, but Envy, he's still getting something out of it, as you say. This could be a lane that could absolutely play out 10 times worse. But Envy and DJ holding their own against the pressure of Mind Control and GH. Get aggressive. First from Mind Control back out. They got the missile onto GH. They are going to look to give him a bit of a rundown with the balls as well, slapping in from DJ. GH, homing missile inbound. It's not going to be enough damage. It looks like they'll actually turn their attention towards Mind Control. DJ has to back away, but there's the turn with the Fissure and the blast. He's in trouble, and can he survive? He has got the tether still from DJ, and it looks like he'll be fine. No one to go down on that bottom lane.
This is actually pretty, I mean, I'm sure they first picked the IO, but it's a pretty cool solution to deal with this type of, like, the dual pressure that comes up from the Pugna. You can just, if you get hit by double blasts and whatnot, you can just use your sustain perfectly. And I mean, this mid lane is really going to be the big thing that really has to be the adjustment. How can Liquid adapt to deal with this Tiny, who's going to be level 6 already, having complete freedom?
Yeah, Matu he should be able to keep it, despite sort of getting crushed at the earlier stages. He's of course got that ancient camp that he'll constantly be going up and down to, keep himself on par and maybe even ahead. Because sure, we do see Arbed with about a 50% lead on the last hits, but of course a lot of those will have been the Spiders.
Yeah,
up with the cleave.
But it's, I mean, it's a top lane too. Like the Spectre Crystal Maiden it is a very weak lane. That is an abusable lane for sure. And Universe just keeps pulling it back, and then they have a Bane. So Enigma, who is maybe was alone or a weaker hero with the Enigma, you could punish. But
down bottom, kill opportunity potentially. GH does manage to get himself the bounty rune. They'll turn again the blast. As we're seeing it, as you say, it's a lot of damage, but they're not dying. FNATIC, they have that IO sustain. They've got up top. Towards Miracle, the courier taken down there. FNATIC able to get the courier pick off.
Did it die to just a tree? Did it try the Tiny? Did Tiny throw a tree at it? I was looking on bottom.
I didn't quite catch it.
Because I know you can throw Tiny Tree at even flying couriers, and it does kill the courier. So, it may have been hit by a cleave, or something along those lines. Universe now starting to back up. He looks like he's going to be... He just uses a Shrine for now, giving the Bane the levels in the lane. While bottom, DJ. Run down, but there.
He's getting himself across. In fact, Envy's sort of in position to pick up the kill on Mind Control, and he gets it. DJ's going to be fine with the bottle. And now GH, he's in trouble as well. The Rocket Barrage bringing him down low. Envy and DJ looking to find him around the tree line. GH does get the passive stun onto Envy, but there's the tether across, cleaning the trees out of the way. GH does have the stick charge, but the ball slows there, and they'll pick up another. Envy with the double kill. And at the same time, mid indeed. Matuma Man in trouble. He's got the tree toss, won't be on target. Matuma Man will manage to keep himself safe, but 2k advantage now in terms of gold and experience. Bottom lane, Envy will go down. Mind Control's able to get himself back in the lane. Can he pick up a second? No, DJ with the tether, with the TP, he's out of there. He'll make it back safely. So Mind Control at least able to pick something back up as soon as he returns to the lane. Envy hanging around a little too low. But still, FNATIC, as you say, considering the drafts, it's what we say. It's a lot of the time. It's very hard to judge FNATIC from a draft because they do something different. They do something, they draft themselves into a position that you rarely see other teams do so. Yeah. But they know how to play it.
The big thing really was the adjustment. They were just like, all right, we can now just move this Tiny mid versus the Brood and throw that Enigma top. And that's really what's just setting up their lanes to such success right now. And of course, that start, having DJ on the IO as well as Paladin the Bane starting up top to put the pressure onto Miracle. Fantastic start for FNATIC right now. So Liquid, they're going to have to really be playing around Mind Control. Once he gets 6, we're probably going to see that's the thing they focus around. But it's mostly just going to be GH and Kuro making the moves around the map. Assist the lanes. Matu. Taking some pressure in the mid. Level 7 versus a level 9 Tiny.
Oh, but absolutely crushing him. Top network.
Matu.
He nearly came back and died.
He was just jungling. Abed threw the tree blind. He killed all the spiders too with that tree.
He's got to be careful.
He thinks now Matu probably expects there to be a ward there because that was a blind tree throw. You see him pinging it out right away, expecting something like that.
Smart stuff from Abed.
He knows what he's doing. He's been lingering in this area too, kind of just sapping experience, expecting Matu to be trying to do this.
GH, bottom rune. Do have Arbed on the high ground here. GH could get cornered off. Indeed, Envy heading in with the missile rocket barrage. Arbed's there with the wraparound. There's no escape for GH's FNATIC. Pick up another kill. 5-1. As Liquid. All 3 lanes not going to plan. That's for sure on top lane. Need to lead in with the Nightmare, getting in position. Universe surrounding Kuroki. Kuroki will try and retreat. He's got the stick charges. Will be fine. But every lane seems to be a bit of a danger zone now for Liquid because of the start that FNATIC have got.
Yep. Like we were saying, I think it's like playing around mind control is going to be the biggest thing. If not, they have to do double rotations. They have to start making dual moves with KuroKy as well as GH just to try to fix these lanes, because it's getting to be a big problem right now. Wards. All right, Pi does have one ward right now. He did place the deep one toward the shrine, but I'm assuming they're just going to be placing pretty invasive wards so that Abed can just run around and do his own thing in this game.
Oh,
look at that, all the spiders.
Oh, it's beautiful. Just seeing Broodmother's spiders die, it says something that we can all empathize.
Be such a quick blink dagger. And looking at Liquid's heroes, who's their beef guy, right? Who's the frontliner?
I mean, it's going to be the Spectre in about what, 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the thing at the moment.
This Tiny is going to be able to one-shot pretty much anybody on the map that he runs into. So they're going to have to adjust for that. They're going to have to get bracers, cloaks, and raindrops or something. And we do see mind control at least has that already. He's got the cloak, he's got the bracer, and the raindrop. So prepared for when Abed does get that early blink dagger.
This top universe getting some heavy pressure onto the tier 1 tower of Liquid at this 10-minute mark. Something that, in terms of damage, they managed to do half the damage on the bottom half of the map, Liquid, but this top tower certainly looking to be in the worst places. FNATIC really.
Actually, I like that he went for the Dominator this game, because I know the rise of the Midas was starting to come back, but in this game he's going to be so good at pushing in.
And look at this bottom. Abed's coming in with the wraparound. GH trying for the TP out, but the avalanche is there from Abed, turning up at just the right time. Envy turns, holds his ground, slams GH in the face with a bullet. As FNATIC again, they're turning up. Game 1 of the international group stages for FNATIC. This first 10 minutes against Liquid, they're got to be feeling on a bit of a high right now. This is the way that you dream of starting your TI games. I mean,
especially when you're playing with a lineup with an IO too.
And against Liquid, last year's champions.
Yeah. Like they have this IO who now, you get your urn started, you start building up those urn charges, and you can just keep your heroes on the map. You keep that presence going, you keep that pressure going. So we thought maybe Liquid, with this Brood, with this Pugna, they can apply the pressure. FNATIC has gotten the lanes perfectly already. Yeah, 4K advantage, everything.
Interesting to see that though, as you can see from the in-game win probability, it's still 49-51, very close between the two teams, obviously taking into account the previous games of both sides, I do believe. And of course, sort of their win rates and such with specific heroes. So understandable that despite the fact that Liquid is behind, it's absolutely not over for them. We've seen Liquid, of course, many times come back from situations much worse than this one is. They're 4K behind, but they do have comeback heroes. You know, Spectre, good Haunt usage can certainly bring you back into the game very nicely.
Kuro, brought down by quick Brain Sap and a Malefice, just some right clicks as well. They're starting to get their ultis online. So Earthshaker 6, we've got Spectre Han as well, but look at the levels. GH is higher level than Miracle right now. Oh, on the Shaker.
Top lane. Pi does get slammed. GH ain't messing around. He sees the opportunity to double the team's kills and he'll go for it. Drops the slam. Abed is there. Does actually manage to get the kill with the cleave hit there off the back of GH, bringing down Miracle. Abed going to be played around with a bit, but he's at a fantastic point at the moment. He is very tanky. There's no way that these heroes can deal with him as he runs in with the Tiny, slams down Kuro, crushing him with his fist.
They can't deal with Tiny unless Pugna's there. That's the only way they have the damage solution for him at the moment. I mean, it's 2,000 HP already with 8 armor. These heroes cannot pierce through that. Maybe once Matu starts getting these items finished up, which he's getting close now. He actually is about to finish up the Diffusal Blade, which is the new build that we've been seeing. It's like Medallion Diffusal, or you do the Medallion Orchid. Yep. See some Chinese players, I saw the Aquila thrown in sometimes, but there's been a bit of an adaptation in the recent past.
Universe has pretty much got his Blink Dagger on the Enigma, so we are going to certainly expect to see some big plays from him, as you say, especially once he has the BKB. It is a game where there's definitely potential for big black holes to be had with good selection of melee heroes. And bottom lane Abed just in with the jump onto mind control. He's gone. They've got the chase down onto GH as well. He cannot slow down Envy and DJ long enough, as they'll surely be able to continue to chase him down with the rocket barrage. GH is gone. 12 for 2. FNATIC absolutely killing it.
It is really snowballing out of control. When you have a Broodmother and you're 6K behind at the 13-minute, it's not feeling like a very good plan. But Pi, this could be the start of the comeback maybe. But the reinforcements from FNATIC, they even throw back Kuro. Kuro?
Oh, he's speeding.
Abed still on the chase. He's got a tree.
Oh, bottom lane.
On bottom. The tree throw and see a girl.
Well, GH has TP'd into this. I don't know if that was the plans as he's just dead.
He is dead.
I mean, maybe Liquid wants to give everyone a bit of a chance, you know. It's looking rough. This is Liquid.
I mean, they're in incredibly deep trouble right now. Looks Miracle's level 7. He's queued up the Vanguard. He's got phase boots, but he's nowhere near anything. And FNATIC's just got a plethora of items right now on everybody. This is looking grim. Grim for Liquid. And the thing is, like we were mentioning, they have the IO. They've got all these heroes with sustain. They've got IO, they've got Dominator and Enigma.
They just aren't staying on the map.
Yeah, they just don't have to go back ever. It's always going to be that presence that Liquid just can't really deal with unless they actually start making moves with multiple heroes. I think maybe 3-man, 2-man smokes, throw the Spectre, Haunt in. That's how they can start coming back. They do have the Echo available again too, so let's see what they can do. Abed.
They're trying to go on him here with the horn. Oh, okay, with the full 5-man, they've got him. They've got the damage. They'll take down Abed. Good bit of money there going towards Matumba Man. Now they can look to put a bit of pressure onto the tier 1 themselves. Fortification will come out. We'll see if FNATIC want to try and contest this and hold them off. They do have that blink, as you can see there, spotted out by the ward. So Liquid will know Blink Dagger is there for Universe and should be able to make preparations for it as such.
Look at Envy. Even using the call down to make sure that DJ can get the bounty in his bottle. All 4 bounties. Or FNATIC. Liquid able to claim a tower. Still quite a long way for that road to recovery.
And this is going to be interesting to see, because I feel like FNATIC, I know it's a bit of a joke. We've seen them win a lot of games where they're used to being behind. When was the last time you sort of saw FNATIC crush like this? It's at this early stage. It's not. It doesn't feel very FNATIC to win a game when they're ahead. I feel like we've got to see this game swing vastly in Liquid's favor and then back, but for FNATIC to be able to close it up. And in bottom lane, GH trying to get in position. He does have the slam. He will drop it here onto Emily, but Emily with the stick charges and with DJ backing up, there's just not enough damage to bring down anyone that's being tethered by DJ at this stage of the game on Liquid's up.
They have to have one of the big cores there to be dealing the damage. Still, Mind Control being the biggest one to get that damage in. Because, I mean, Matu does do a lot of damage, but walking into that lineup from FNATIC as a Brood is still pretty terrifying until he's got BKB finished up. So much magic damage coming through.
Double damage.
Tree toss again.
Easy money.
Easy money.
I need another pair of legs.
So you mentioned, you know, FNATIC when they have leads. We've seen FNATIC with leads.
But most of the time,
sure.
Most of the time, this is a team that will be down and will swing the game back around.
Yeah.
Like, can they close it up with the advantage that they have? I mean, that is the question. Like, at what point are we going to see FNATIC really amp it up and start to really clean up those tier 2s and go up towards the high ground? What are they waiting on?
I mean, that's the important thing, and that's the thing that we always talk about when we're talking about FNATIC, is when they do get that lead, they tend to sometimes they chill out and everyone just starts doing their farm thing, and that's when they start getting picked off. So they do have to, I think when they get the BKB finished on Envy, that's going to be the thing to rally around, because they'll have a couple extra items. That they've already got the blink on Enigma.
Look at this up top. Pi finding the setup with the straight up Fiend's Grip onto Miracle, buying time for Envy to be relocated in by DJ. They'll instantly pick up the kill.
They're going to set up for the relocate, but TP's already coming in. FNATIC setting back up, and they make it in time.
DJ, the Nightmare. Can they keep DJ alive? No, he will fall by Universe. He's in with the Black Hole, gets cancelled straight away though by Kuroki, so Universe will fall. DJ did buy back for this. Piloter gets cornered in by the Spiders. There's Liquid able to take sort of the first sort of team fight as such in their favor there, as they punish sort of the broken upness of FNATIC. Abed does go in for a pickoff kill. The tree toss brings GH down low, head forward and toss away
the ops board.
Mind Control to kill off the Shaker. Matumba Man trying to chase down Abed. Abed does have the sustain of DJ. Looks like he'll hold back from diving too far underneath the tower. Abed quickly cleaves up the Spiders.
Having a ward there in that situation, just that lane ward, giving that vision so they can get the tree, and Abed
end up finding Mind Control in the tree line as well. So at the end of the day, sure, Liquid, as we saw there, were able to get sort of 3 kills in return, cancelling the black hole and such, but FNATIC were able to quickly turn back up to that bottom lane and keep themselves comfortably ahead, as we can see. Still an 8k lead, only 18 minutes in, 21-6.
I mean, Abed's such a big problem. 913, 219 last hits.
It's very hard to get. We saw him die the once when they had 5 heroes on him with the Haunt. That was the only time that we've seen him go down, and it still took some time as such. So in terms of being able to deal with Abed in a situation where he's got the team around him, it's at this point of the game, it looks very hard for Liquid to take down that Tiny.
Yeah. GH getting close to the dagger, though. Okay. That's the big thing that could catch FNATIC off guard. They have to watch out how they're clumping. But Envy does have BKB. Looks like it might just be time to start setting up for that aggression. And I'm imagining this is going to be the game where we do see, of course, the IO getting the level 15 Ags bonus. Because lately we have seen it, but it's mostly spirit damage. But this game looks like an Ags bonus game, especially for Gyro. Kuro. Maybe they try to transition into a Roche. They've got pretty heavy damage coming in between them. And that will be the choice. Actually, okay. They're relocating bottom to try to maybe make this more unexpected. It's Roche.
Liquid are certainly sort of drawing their attention down towards bottom, but there's relocate out. They'll say you can have that tower, because boys, we're in the pit. And now Liquid, with that pressure put down there, can they get to the pit in time? I don't know if they can. They're teeping over to the shrine. Can GH make the jump? He's got this blink. He's got to go straight away. Pops the smoke, so they won't see it there. With that neutral, he's looking to jump. They get there in time. They got the horn. So now FNATIC being forced out of the pit. Envy does have the BKB. GH popped the slam, but he's been stunned up by the homing missile. GH tries to juke himself back towards the pit, but he'll fall. Envy gets the kill on the Shaker. Towards the high ground, Pilot being chased down by Matuma as FNATIC have lost 2. Abed going back towards the pit, the buyback coming out from Pilot Eye. Roshan incredibly low. They don't have detection here, Liquid, so they're just trying to go for it. They don't know that Abed is here. Abed staying hidden now will reveal himself to get the kill, but Matuma snatches the Aegis. Abed did not pick it up. So Abed will go down. Jump forward from Universe. He does have the black hole, but doesn't want to commit for it, as it's only him and DJ that decrepify the control from Kuroki, holding Universe down. Universe, he will fall as well, as the blast is there from Mind Control. And despite Abed's best attempt there to pull off a big play, they're losing it, FNATIC. It's down to just a 2k advantage. Liquid coming back into the game big time around the pit. And there's now that Aegis on Matuma.
They got so split up. It was pretty much, you saw GH, they saw the TP coming in from all 4 heroes on the shrine because they had a ward, and they saw the smoke come out, so they saw GH running in, so they kind of panicked. They dispersed all in different directions, so Pi and Universe went to the left, while the rest of the heroes went to the right. So they got isolated by the Brood on the left side, and the team fight, Envy's BKB wears out, and they actually can't make their way back into that Roche pit, even if Abed has that invis. There's still too much magic damage that can come out from Liquid onto Envy.
Envy is going to try and chase with the Fisher. Very nicely placed there to slow down that push and make sure Envy can't catch it. Abed might still find someone. Look at the homing missile setup onto Mind Control. They'll go on to him. He's got the self to crepify the blast, trying to keep himself alive with the life train. Mind Control, he's going to be okay. There's another homing missile coming in. GH again with the Fisher, but there's the BKB. Envy not messing around, committing with the BKB. He sees some ancients. He'll take those instead, as he doesn't want to chase any further. Will get himself a little bit of farm, but still, what a swing. The fact that this game that was an 8k advantage for FNATIC, it's now pretty much even.
Yeah.
Those buybacks around the pit and the failure to successfully take the fight. Sure, they got the kill on the rush, but they didn't manage to pick up the Aegis.
And that was with DJ also just picking up the mech right before that fight. So they had that like extra burst of heal, it just still wasn't enough. And now he's got level 15, so he's got the tethered Ag bonus for Envy as well. Such a bit of a power surge coming in between the two of them. Envy can farm a lot harder. Also, it's like he pretty much gets his free attack speed from it.
And Len Abed able to get himself another free solo kill as Kuro's out low.
We'll see that. Well, we won't really probably get to see those, but oh, bottom.
High again is there the follow-up. There is the relocate comes in. They're looking towards Miracle. Miracle will go up towards the high ground. He's got the blade mail. Can they find him? That's the question. Universe clears the trees nicely with the Midnight Pulse to make sure that they can have the vision to beat him down. And they do find Miracle.
Pi playing Bane, always able to find those pickoffs. It's a lot because of the wards. That's one of the biggest things I've seen from FNATIC, and mostly whenever Pi's on a team is the warding tends to be pretty good on them. They know the priorities that they want to be taking, and they know if a team is starting to split up after their ultis are down, he knows usually where they're going to be getting for those farms, like those desperate hard camps.
Middle tower is under
the Dagon build on Mind Control, just wanting to blow up a target quickly. I think that's been more so builds we see on Pugna. Aether Lens into the
see there a breakdown of how each team is getting their gold. So, what's the ping? I'm sure you guys will understand that graph.
I couldn't see it. Oh well. It was from kills. It looks like, I mean, Liquid's gotten a lot of gold to just comeback kills, especially from that Roche pit. I think that'll happen when you're at a deficit. And now Matu, we were mentioning how he can be a bit scared until he gets that BKB to just run in, but with this BKB now, he can actually just go for the backlines. If he can just get on top of Pi, get on top of DJ, it's going to make their team fight a lot more difficult on the side of FNATIC. And Liquid, in theory, they should be able to have the vision advantage in all these fights. They pop Spectre ult, and they know pretty much where everybody's going to be. Team here. As they don't want to get too aggressive on the side of FNATIC into this Aegis.
See Liquid still needing a fair bit more time to really get the Miracle Spectre into the game, but they do have the Miracle.
Yeah.
It is that, as you say, once the game sort of does slow down to the point where Liquid can fight as four and consistently keep the pressure and attention away from Miracle. Miracle is going to be able to eventually climb back up to the top. It's going to take time though, so it's all on FNATIC to keep that pressure up and make sure the space is not given for the Spectre.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's always going to be that scary beast.
Dire's bottom tower
Gets to that late game, your supports just suffer. Radiant's Manta, you get to that point, the game's going to be very difficult for FNATIC.
Tower for Liquid. Lane Arbed, keeping the lanes pressured in. Again, as we can see, the win probability a while ago did go up to 65% for FNATIC, but now it's pretty much back even. If anything, starting to shift in the general direction of favoring Liquid as the game goes on.
We've got the BKB Satanic first two items on Envy. As we mentioned, he has the Aghanims bonus from the IO, so he just feels like surviving is the most important thing. He just wants to be in that front line.
But very close to having his BKB too. We'll have these big items on the cores that say could indicate that they want to start speeding things up a little bit.
Yeah, it could be it could be go time soon on FNATIC,
I mean, Universe has got his BKB done.
And I think did Abed switch? He's going for Silver Edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he just wants to be able to break the Spectre.
Kill the Spec.
Yeah. Be pretty decent versus Brute as well.
3k gold towards the relic. It's getting close.
Look at Matu, what he's been doing with the Brood. You'll see on the minimap, you see tons of little brown dots. He's actually been spreading his spiders all across, trying to scout information whenever they do split up. And he's just sitting in the tree lines while doing this too. He's just like in a place where they can't kill him. He's like near the Ancients kind of with his spiders, just making sure that he's giving all the info. While you see the other three on Liquid, they're all sitting behind the most important person in the game for them, the Spectre. Now he's gonna go join them. He was kind of spazzing out in the trees there.
Just chilling. Find who first. Pi will manage to get the D ward.
He comes out of smoke as well too, so they're like, and FNATIC smoked up top. And Miracle during all this has gotten
He's gonna have the relic.
Yeah.
That sort of window that can be the hard one to get through if the pressure's up. And at a point of this game, it really was up against Liquid. They were not coming out of the lanes as planned. Now, the Spectre getting back into it, has the gold for the relic.
And they still are kind of sitting in this like zone around him. You see either like Kuroki and GH sitting behind him, or even 3 heroes sitting behind him. Just, you know how important that Spectre Radiance is, that timing. Even though it's coming out late, it's going to be that important for them anyway. And now it's just lots of survivability items, it looks like, on Liquid. It looks like My Control's queued up the Aeon Disc, Kuroki's queued up the Aeon Disc, GH a Yule Scepter. So ways to make sure that they can prolong themselves in the fight. Get more spells off so that the Spectre and the Broodmother can do their job. Trying to be this, ward monster. He's just trying to make sure that they can keep their control of this vision here. He just placed, while Liquid, you saw them all playing around the bottom and right side, so that's also where they have the vision.
Yeah, who's got Glimmer? Actually, Arbed, at least I guess the advantage of Liquid popped the double damage out of his bottle as soon as he saw the CM. be able to get opportune use with it. As FNATIC can find a fight, but expected Liquid playing safe, sitting up inside their base behind Miracle.
Yeah, any unexpected talents we've seen? I think all the ones that I've seen are pretty much the standards. I don't think anything's outside the box. No, standard to me. I've been seeing the Spectre one, the dagger cooldown being the you know, people have been taking that one pretty much every time now that I've seen in pubs instead of the 8 stats.
All top. They look for the setup, but GH indeed sat behind Miracle's there with the fish to back him up. Has the ability to cancel the Fiend's Grip from Pine. Allow Miracle to walk up. Arbet decided to get a 3-man avalanche indeed, and that'll be enough for them to clean up GH. Miracle. Up by the missile, they're jumping in. Universe has got the Midnight Pulse, he's committing. He's got the BKB Black Hole to hold Miracle in place. No hesitation there from Universe. Sees the chance to get that big solo kill on Miracle. And with the BKB Black Hole, there is nothing that Liquid could do to save him. They tried with the life drain, but that was not going to be enough. So.
It's just going to be a farming kills, though. They can't actually breach high ground out of this. They know the Roche is up, but that's a bit risky. But they're just going to try to farm out the enemy jungle, make sure they push out the waves as well on Envy.
Mid, high. Farmatuma, quick leave with the trees. I think the spiders with the trees, so by the Tiny will get it. Highlight does lose his life there, standing around a little too long. They head up to the high ground and find him. Tumberman. Across the pit. You say, yeah, FNATIC, despite those kills, hard for them to take any sort of further objective.
The Radiance is almost up for Miracle, about 600 away.
FNATIC, can they stop Liquid getting?
They know the Black Hole's down, right? They know Fiend's Grip as well as Black Hole were used. I believe they know the Relocate was used as well. That's going to be coming up soon, but the big one is, of course, Universe's Black Hole.
Yeah, they do still have ways of sort of pulling them out of the pit, but it is going to be hard, especially when they're taking it down as quick as they are. There's the cooldown from Envy. They'll chuck in a tree as well. Won't find the connection. A FNATIC. Can they actually get in there? There's the Fisher from GH blocking Envy out of the pit. Universe will jump in, but the Aegis has already been picked up as Universe will fall to his death. And FNATIC, they just have to get out of there. They were unable to fight around that pit. As Miracle in with the horn, ready to chase down for more. Gets that Spectral Dagger slow onto Envy. Yeah. Slam is down from GH. He catches both Envy and DJ off guard. DJ to fall. Frostbite on Envy holds him in place. That's a triple kill for Matumberman as FNATIC starting to crumble. They had this lead, but it's now slipping away, a distant memory. Matumberman now top of the net worth, and Miracle Spectre each and every team fight climbing back ahead as he does now have that Radiance online, so the fights are not going to get any easier for FNATIC.
He was trying to kind of bait them in there too. You saw him sitting at 400 HP, but with the cheese, he's just like, I hope they turn for me. They did, yeah, he instantly pops it.
It's such an awkward position, you say, for FNATIC, because they feel like you have to do something about this, but how do they?
I mean, they don't have Black Hole, right? And this Fissure by GH, it doesn't even connect, but it did the job, right? You see it blocks the path, and Envy's like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds of his BKB there, and then they're able to re-engage on him afterwards.
Arbet, he's trying to jump in onto mind control. He will manage to take down one. Can he get Kuro? No, Kuro channeling the ult. Can they kill Arbet inside? They can! They'll get him. Kuro will fall as GH sits on his head as he gets tossed upon him. Universe tries for the BKB TP out, but the damage from Matumberman is too high. Again, Liquid short. FNATIC got a couple of pickoffs, but it's another exchange that's favoring Liquid.
Yeah, and Matu. How did Matu start this game? 0-2, right? 9-2-4 now on this Broodmother. An incredible recovery, top of the net worth after everything that has played forward.
Now the question is, how well can FNATIC hold high ground? Pretty well, right?
Pretty strong. Just depends on if they lose.
Gyro, I mean, with the tree throw,
it is
always pretty much cleans up a creep wave.
It's a good amount of pressure on Universe with his Black Holes, though, because you can see as soon as Black Hole's down, Liquid feels an immense amount of power coming through.
I don't know how that stat works. Apparently Brood is banned against Liquid 188% of the time, which is understandable because Matumberman's pretty good, but I'm not quite sure if it's mathematically possible. But there was a team that you're going to find a way to draft Brood, or ban Brood against them more times than even possible. Liquid would certainly be the one, but as we saw, they got it through here, and not really to sort of FNATIC's mistakes in the draft. This was an early Brood pick, wasn't it?
It was the third pick.
Third pick Brood, straight up, and it short at the start. FNATIC did have the edge. They were able to get the lanes to sort of make sure that Matumberman's start the game was slow. But Matuma Man being Matuma Man, always going to have a very strong chance of coming back into the game as he has done here.
It's really just been these Roshans, right? The Roshans is really the big comeback for Liquid. FNATIC tried to do that neat little relocate play bottom on the first one. It delays their Roshan a bit for Liquid to get there in time, so. Still with this Aegis, playing very confidently, having 4 heroes just perched around the Broodmother as Miracle just farms in the backlines with Haunt available. And this is the, we're getting close to that item timing that we were saying for the Spectre that is absolutely terrifying. He gets this, the Manta's gonna make everything so much harder for them to deal with. Just that extra damage, just more confusion inside the fights.
Invisibility.
What is the plan for FNATIC? It really feels like they have to make this team fight work with the Black Hole and the Jara, which they just haven't really had the chance to do so.
I think a really big important thing for FNATIC is just going to be making sure that they have at least a vision advantage going into these fights somehow versus Spectre. They want to know where people are positioned, and that's why I feel like Pi bought a gem, because like the map control is going to start to get more and more important to make sure they can get these pickoffs whenever Liquid is split up, whenever they're doing this 4-on-4 and 1.
They need to scan down bottom so they know that Miracle's hiding in the trees. Miracle is going to start to play around with Arbed though. Arbed, he's got the shadow. Self-hidden, Miracle. Popping himself out of there with the Horn. In fact, was the mid, the pressure being put on now as Matuma Man walks himself up to the barracks. With that Horn, Miracle was able to pick off Pylai Die.
That was Glyph used, and they took out the tier 3, and they got a kill out of that Haunt. And still having Aegis. Now they can put on some more map pressure. They got a Shrine, because that tier 3's been taken. More economy for them, and they've already accrued a 6k advantage. It's quickly climbing, while FNATIC is kind of stuck in their base, as Liquid does whatever they want on the map.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
This is, as we said, at the start of the game, it was like, oh, Liquid looking a bit rocky, but then Liquid was like, hey, hold on, guys. We'll wait until we're sort of 20 minutes down the line, because this is back to being pretty much the Liquid you expect to see. Turning up for TI, doesn't matter how far behind they are at the start, they'll find a way to get back in. And Black Hole will be dropped onto Matuma Man. Can they actually kill him off though? He's still got the BKB, he's trying to retreat. Arbed is going to get caught up by GH jumping in with the Echo Slam onto Arbed. Matuma Man managing to keep himself alive. They're looking to toy around with Arbed with a homing missile, and Tritos will actually get Matuma Man finally killed off. Arbed does get bursted down by the Nether Ward there as he tried to cast a spell.
It's a buyback from Matuma Man. They know the Enigma Black Hole's down. I guess they just want to try to push forward.
GH, Fisher, to DJ, Miracle, dive in aggressively. He's got that Radiance. It's enough to kill off DJ. DJ keeping the distance. Another dagger flies through, and DJ will be popped. FNATIC just getting pulled apart.
Arcane Rune Spectre. Just, a 4-second cooldown on the dagger, so he's pretty much 500 movement speed running at this IO non-stop.
And it feels like this game may be borderline over. Liquid.
That was with the Aegis timed out as he got Black Holed as well. So it was a pretty unfortunate time for Liquid, but either way they were able to sustain, and yeah, just seeing the power.
I mean, this is really Liquid sending a message. It's like, look, we can pick third pick Brood, you can counter us, you can win the lanes, you can get 10k advantage in the first 15 minutes, but then we'll come back and we'll win the game. And they've got the Horn, they're going in. Universe popping the BKB, Pylai Die getting focused down by Miracle. Pylai Die's gone, MB having to retreat. Arbed is going to jump in with the combo onto Miracle. Is it enough to bring Miracle down though? He's got the dagger to get back out of the base. The homing missile still chasing him down, but Matuma Man will fall. So he is down for 2 minutes. Miracle does get stunned up on the side. Kuro comes in with a frostbite onto Arbed, but now Kuro himself in trouble. As the homing missile's inbound, FNATIC looking to chase down and take another off Liquid.
Relocate top.
They're going straight in.
They're going.
They're going for the push. The Miracle will buy back instantly as soon as he sees that play come in. As his buyback will force them back, but FNATIC certainly showing us that they do still have signs of life, the classic signs of FNATIC life as well. They're now behind. This is where they're ready to play.
Yeah.
So, if anything, this is just setting out to be the game that we could have hoped to start TI. We're seeing it all. We're seeing FNATIC win lanes. We're seeing them throw games. We're seeing them bring back the games into their favor. Slightly. It's still a lead for Liquid, but it could go that way. We see some other sort of crazy IO plays. And I mean, we know that IO in DJ's hands, it's terrible. We've seen it already this game. But when it comes into sort of late game plays, late game calls like that, to go for the split, for the rat, FNATIC, they've got it down to a T. And Liquid have to be careful about these plays sort of outmaneuvering them.
And they have to be careful right now. This is their time that they can, I mean, not really lose the game, but lose at least a Barracks, because there's no Brood for 40.
Yeah, he's dead for 40 seconds.
Mind control, protecting his nether ward as best as possible. The daggers begin. They will get a range Rax, Envy. Trying to continue forward.
Trying to block up the team with the fishing universe, goes in with the BKB black hole onto the illusion. He doesn't get it at all, as he's got to retreat now. Miracle's there, ready to lead in. There's the jump in from GH with the slam. That's going to be Universe got the relocate. DJ saving MV just in time. But Miracle's there to chase down, of course, with the Hawk. Will still pick up DJ. And he does get himself back to base. Arbet being chased. There's a missile onto Miracle. Arbet sort of eyeing up the chance of going back in, but no, he heads up to the high ground. But they know, they see him. They've got the Fisher play from GH. Arbet nearly gets Miracle. Miracle's got to be careful, but he's keeping himself on the side. The toss, the avalanche, the missile. Miracle nearly killing himself. The satire doesn't quite do it, as he has seen Glimmercave. Miracle will live. They do kill off Arbet on top of that cliff. Now Arbet's down for 100 seconds. You got no Universe for 40 seconds, no DJ for 60.
All of Liquid's up now too. Yeah. So it's pressure time. And their waves are in an okay spot. Top is pushing a little bit, but they've got mid and they've got bottom already forced in, so they can make their way down bottom.
And we love it. Butterfly into Rapier. The question, are we going to see this game go on to the point where he gets the Rapier? Maybe. With the way that this game's going up and down, sure. At the
this
moment,
Rax is dead.
The Rax, for sure.
And
I mean, it's a long time, 70 seconds. I mean, how long until the black hole's back up? 80 seconds. Now it's looking really rough for FNATIC. Liquid have a large opening here to really clean up the base. Unless Envy can do some crazy plays on the gyro. We'll have, as we say, DJ back with him in 20. And there's a second set of racks cleaned up by Liquid.
And this is a double siege creep wave coming in for Liquid too. Perfect timing for them as they're pushing this. Last one. I don't think FNATIC can hold this.
They are going to be able to take GH out straight away. GH, of course, will buy back immediately. But remember the BKB trying to come in onto the racks, but now he's backing up. The BKB's starting to wear off. He's got the move speed of the webs. The slow from the balls not quite enough to hold him back, as they will back off. But at the same time, this is FNATIC pushing Liquid away from FNATIC's final set of racks. So they do keep that last lane alive.
It's important to do that at least. They prolong it, right? We want Envy to get that Rapier.
Can they contest Roche though? As we say, it's another bit of time where they do not have the black hole. They don't have the black hole though.
You can't give like Aegis.
They don't have the BKB on Envy.
Yeah,
still down for 30 seconds. He's trying to go in. The Hawk's going to be popped immediately. The Frostbite, the Zap, the Life Drain onto Envy. He needs help, and he needs it now, but there can't be any help because DJ gets control on the side. He couldn't get him with the save. So that's going to be Envy dead. He buys back straight away. Pylite die as well. They're going to get back into the game. Arbo with the BKB and the damage. Is it enough for the Spectre to go down? It isn't, as he's going to be fine. Miracle gets himself down to the low ground and out of harm's way as Liquid keep control around the pit. Another attempt to fight around there, but they didn't quite have the black hole. They do now have the black hole back up, and in fact, Roshan is still at about half health.
Universe has to heal though. He's back at base right now.
He's got that black hole. If he can get there.
Get in there. DJ's dead for 50
He's
though.
TPing over. Did walk back to base, so he's still at the TP available. Liquid know though. They're up on the high ground. They know that the black hole is back up.
They're playing impatient. They're letting they're letting Miracle run around, pick up items. He's got the heart now finished, so there comes the regen.
Yeah. The Dagon being scaled up as well.
Yeah. They're playing it patient. They know that FNATIC's the ones really under the gun here to make sure that Liquid doesn't get the rush. While Liquid, they know they're so comfortable in this game now. Let the action come to them. They have to, I mean, they've got Haunt in 50 seconds. If they really want it, they can wait that whole time while Miracle just walks around farming the map. Because FNATIC, they don't take the rush fast enough, even if it's low. Their base also continuing to get pressured. Those two waves. Side lane, or the mid lane as well as the side lane bottom. On 28 seconds. That Rapier has become a pipe dream. We're having to buy back. So the smoke comes out. They're going to try to take advantage of Spectre Haunt being down for a few seconds.
Envy doesn't have flak for 25 seconds.
Yeah.
So he's fighting without flak here.
And Miracle just starts running in. He knows Haunt's coming back up. He's got a heart. He's got no fear walking into all this right now.
Base, they're losing tier 4s here. the creeps.
Radiant's middle tower just
Oh, there's the ping gonna come out from TI8.
And now Liquid's ready to go in the pit. They've got Haunt ready, and look at where look where Miracle's positioned himself, just completely in the front line still.
Like, for you, how do you find the black hole? It's gonna be so hard. They are fairly grouped up though now. Seven City doesn't. They'll get it. They'll jump in now. Does manage to get the two-man black hole there, and with that control, they'll be able to burst down Miracle. Miracle does not have buyback. He has. It's still on cooldown for a minute and 40 seconds, so short Liquid. They got the Roshan. Matuma Man was able to get the Aegis Cheese and Refresher, but they're actually going DJ. GH gets the slam. He's able to kill one, but he's going to lose his life for that. I mean, now they're two heroes dead. 100 seconds. They may have got the Roche, but Liquid. They're two people down for 100. They do not have buyback.
They're gonna go run to the base,
FNATIC
though.
could just go.
Yeah, they're gonna run to the base though here. The tier 4 is down to 100.
So Mind Control's gonna try for the split.
Yeah, Mind Control's gonna try to split it off here.
But
Matumba has Butcher Travels as well, but this is very concerning here. And he's just running in.
He is.
Uh-oh.
They're just going for the tier 4s. Matuma Man looking towards Abed. Abed actually taking a lot of Abed's dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Envy is in trouble as well. He's been Degrappified life drain. He'll turn towards Matuma Man. DJ getting focused down by the spider. They've got the Degrappify, the burst damage, and okay.
All right.
This is
well,
what.
Matumba Man's still pretty scary even on his own, throwing just a couple spells.
All right. So yeah, another next level play from Lucas. Like, we'll let GH start. We'll let Miracle die for 100 seconds. They're going to go straight for the tier 4s, and then we're just going to send the spider at them, and it's all going to be okay. And it actually looks like it should be. I mean, Universe. Where's the black hole back? Not for some time. I know he has
80 seconds.
He has, of course. No, he's not quite got the Octarine. He didn't quite finish it off, so he hasn't got that reduced cooldown. And Envy's got no buyback. There's still no Spectres. Miracle's down for 35 seconds, but it's going to still leave that 50-second window where they are without a gyrocopter.
It's pretty absurd how hard Broodmother hits at level 25.
Yeah.
That talent, 200% lifesteal, 200 bonus damage.
You're not killing him. If you can't kite him or keep him off you, any right click you get, bam, he is gone.
Like, look at this. Watch how fast he turns. Like, Abed hasn't built any armor items this game, so he is a bit low on the armor. So versus that AC, look how quick he chunks him down. Look at the damage on the spider. Just quickly runs right through them.
I've just noticed we got a new stat as well. You see that, folks? We've got APM. We're StarCraft now, boys.
I didn't even see that.
Look at that. APM of Universe, only 150. Oh, there we go. GH's APM, 250. Who's got the best APM?
Wait, where do you see that? Am I blind?
Look, just above the talents.
Oh, I do see it. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
we got an APM counter, boys. Who's got the best APM? Is it? Oh, only 148 on the Brood. That's pretty low. Oh, a Timber.
247 on Abed.
Wait, how has he got so much more APM than a Brood?
It's just clicking. He's just clicking a lot more. Some people just click a lot.
Ah, I see.
If you click in between movements, that all counts. Every little action, right?
Are you,
if you click stop spam.
Are you saying that's I like that?
I like that.
I like more numbers.
I always like APM. APM is always. Oh, Kuro.
Oh, only 87. Someone get that man an auto clicker. He needs to click a bit faster.
Another arcane rune for Miracle this time around. Oh, that 4-second dagger cooldown, and he's also got the refresher shard now too.
What they didn't get the racks. They didn't get the racks.
They didn't get the racks, but they have a 20k gold advantage.
Kuro with that harp.
Oh, Kuro. That was Kuro's heart.
That's Kuro's harp, my friend.
I did see it on the courier, but I didn't think it was his.
I mean, yeah, with a freezing field, if he sits there and lets it go, it's going to be hard to stop him from letting it go. And there's a refresher shot still on GH. Ooh,
oh, they gave it to GH. Okay, I thought they were just going to keep it on Miracle.
It's a 92% win rate.
Oh.
Sorry, win probability. Like, I feel like I would actually give FNATIC more than the 8% because it's FNATIC. You know what I mean? They do crazy stuff. The scary thing they're very far behind in this game.
They're so reliant on Universe getting like a 2 or 3 or more hero black hole. But they have buybacks, they have Aegis, they have Cheese now at this point coming back up, right?
Oh, this could be the downfall though. I see MV. Did he switch it? He switched the rapier out as quick by comment. You know you need the rapier. I mean, sure.
He might be getting to the point.
Is very good against the spiders.
And against the Mega Creeps once they're inevitably probably going to get against Megas, right?
Yeah. And of course, yeah, with the Ag's tether bonus from the IO. But it's not a rapier.
It's not a rapier. We wanted it.
It's alright. As I said, this game's going to be either 20 minutes or 200 minutes. We're going to get to the point where he has a rapier, I'm sure. I mean, there's been lots of times where it felt like this game was going to be over and it just hasn't been.
This is one of those, like, the third Roche is usually one of those big ones though,
Sure,
right?
you
It's
got
like
the double
people,
slam.
you get the double slam, you get the Aegis, and you get, most people are starting to hit the level 25s, getting their buybacks. So you look at Miracle, he's been farming a bit, not for an item, it looks like he's just farming for buyback.
I mean, it's...
So he can buy back Haunt if he just runs in.
I was going to say, I think it's sort of you were saying, sure, GH is the flashy player, but is there not sort of an argument that the refresher shot's even nicer on the Spectre? Like,
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I think usually it's just better on the Spectre, but having more disables is never a bad thing. Like, Earthshaker is one of the better carriers of it as well. Even a double fissure in a lot of situations can be game changing. You just hit like a 3-man fissure into a second 3-man fissure. Sometimes you don't even need the double echo.
Here we go. Ultima Man up onto the barracks, but the BKB looks towards Envy. Envy's got the heal and regen from DJ. So he's pretty much back up to full. Ultima Man has to back away.
That was BKB and Satanic by Envy, right? Yeah, so 30 seconds Satanic, 60 on BKB.
Yeah, still the BKB down, of course, as well on Matumba, so he himself will have to hold back before he goes in for another push like that.
All the momentum is pushing in onto FNATIC, though, all 3 lanes.
Yeah. They've got okay ways, as we said, to clean it out. Arbed with the cleave, with the trees, and MV, of course, with the flak. But at the same time, using flak to sort of de-push the waves may mean that Liquid can sort of choose to take a fight where he's not going to have it up, which is a large amount of their damage output when the black hole's landed. But I guess the same to be said. You have this tiny. If you get a good black hole at this stage, you are going to win the team fight. Very likely so.
Very low.
And the Rax is falling.
Radiant Courier dies. They have to pop glyph.
They do. They have got the black hole available. Universe find an option to get in. The Rax pretty much dead here. As Miracle, he'll look to go forward. They do have the tree toss onto Miracle. He's going to get stunned up as well. Universe going in with the BKB. He takes a bit of damage there from the Blade Mail of Miracle, but it's not enough to kill him off. Universe actually taking out for the Radiance Thunder, but Tumba Man moves in. Buyback straight away from Universe. Arbed's going to fall as well, though, and he does not have buyback. The buyback play from Miracle to get straight back into the fight as FNATIC is getting forced all the way back to the fountain. The 4 buybacks coming out from FNATIC. Can they hold, though? They're without the black hole. I know that there's no more Hawk available for Miracle, but they're still so strong here, Liquid, as they head straight away with the Fisher onto Pylite Eye. GH with the double slam, getting them all. Universe will come in with the black hole onto 3, but it's not enough. FNATIC hit the deck, GG is called, and Liquid at 50 minutes and 30 seconds will first game here on this stream at the International 2018 stages.
What a swing. What a turnaround.
What an up and down game. It's pretty much as we hope. We hope to see some excitement from these 2 teams. We saw some different picks, some variety and sort of play. Some sort of surprises, some sort of exciting stuff. You know, the fact that Liquid did sort of suffer as much as they did at the start, and we saw FNATIC play as well as they did in the lanes. But then it just all fell apart. Sort of, it felt like Liquid sort of play around the Roche was each and every time just that little bit smarter. FNATIC couldn't quite find that perfect opportunity to make a big play with Universe's black holes. All the fights were sort of just split up perfectly by Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think that one Roche thing where they tried to be cool where they did the relocate bottom and whatnot to
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Especially every game against Universe at the Summit.
Do you think the other one I was
That's very
wondering
hard.
is, do you think Fnatic's gonna go back for DJ's Wind Ranger? Because I was
don't
wondering.
see why they wouldn't. I think that hero's still great shot.
I thought teams were gonna be banning it early versus him because
they were. They started
beast
to.
mode. But scrims do happen.
Sure.
They've been here for a while. Teams are really starting to understand each other a lot more. Look at those bans from Fnatic. I mean, they take out the IO, the Chen, and the Nature's Prophet. So it seems like Liquid, they're back to their Chen. It must be if Fnatic's banning it versus them. Because that last Liquid draft, that draft to me, that looked like a TI7 draft, right? We had the Earthshaker, we have the Pugna, we have the Brood, pretty much all of the recipe for that.
And a Vengeful Spirit first pick. One of those heroes, the behind the scenes people have been saying this hero is going to get some play, that there's TI, and here we're going to see it.
And what, in multiple roles? I've seen it, we've heard it's been played in carry, 4, 5, and offlane. So it's a pretty open-ended pick.
Not mid.
Not mid that I've heard of.
Oh yeah, I want to see it mid. It's probably off.
5 seconds
It doesn't sound
yeah,
so
it's
great.
pretty bad.
Doesn't
Don't play it mid. Who are the casters? We are OD Pixel and Fogged, and we'll be with you for the first 3 series of today here on the stream. And that's a Winter Wyvern's second pick here for Fnatic. We did start again to see this hero get some play at the Summit. People were starting to like it and bring it back in, despite a hero being that sort of fell out of favor after he did receive some nerfs.
Yep, can work really well
but yeah.
in lane with Weaver. You've got a lot of ways to just poke. Do a lot of damage with the bugs, as well as with your Arctic Burn. This hero actually does a crazy amount of damage throughout most games just because of your percent damage Q, you stall down pushes, and when you're playing versus heroes like Venge, Aura heroes, having Wyvern's always going to be great, because if you curse anybody near Venge, like a team with Venge Aura, it's going to be pretty potent.
And that's the counter. Well, it's very good against the Wyvern, right? You can punish a lot of the Wyvern plays with a Bloodseeker. Yep. You have that, should go for a Cold Embrace. They're going to end up being blood-righted. Yeah, you are going to sort of have to worry about that in mind. At the same time,
playing Weaver is pretty sad versus this hero too. You get ruptured.
You have to be ready with the time lapse, and then you're still in trouble.
You're still ruptured.
In trouble.
Like if you get ruptured, you just pretty much can do nothing in the fights. They rupture to put a sentry down, and you are very, very weak. Also in laning phase, if you start to drop kind of low, you have to remember the thirst gives vision. If you start walking through a Sakuchiing, so
you've got
to be very careful.
I guess the Wyvern sort of works both ways in a sense where you have that Cold Embrace to sort of make sure that your lanes don't fall too low in health, but you
Most people don't
level
get that.
it.
You usually don't get that in laning phase.
But do you sort of in a situation when you see a Bloodseeker, do you have to change the way that you play to the sense that you have to make sure that your heroes aren't falling low in the lanes?
I think with this hero, if you go Cold Embrace, it's like that hero is just, it's like why are you, it almost feels weird why you're picking the hero. You want to be able to get on the aggressive ends rather than playing defensively. If anything, bring more regen. You're going to have to bring a couple more tangos or whatnot to deal with that from Bloodseeker. And I like this draw ban by Liquid. You already see the Weaver and the Wyvern.
So that would have been assuming that the Weaver was actually going to be a Universe Weaver.
Yes.
Has that happened? Have we seen a Universe Weaver? Is that something they've been doing, do you think?
I don't
surely,
know,
because it's one of his heroes, and he loves the Weaver.
Yeah. Universe also used to play it a lot in the past, though.
Okay.
It's one of his favorite personal heroes. I know that just I know Universe a lot.
He loves playing
I know him really well. He plays a lot of Weaver in pubs and whatnot.
Okay.
5 seconds
or used to. Right now he's been practicing more of his Enchantresses, Pugnas, and his Enigmas.
PL ban from Fnatic coming out. So this third pick from Fnatic, we expect what Pi is going to be playing the Wyvern, right? So DJ's hero, still the one.
I've been wanting Elder Titan still to come back.
I mean, ET and Wyvern doesn't sound bad at all.
I don't know if they'll do it, but I saw I think it was maybe Yapsor playing it last night in some pubs.
Do you not need sort of do you need to draft stuns against the Bloodseeker? Like you're seeing this Bloodseeker, what do you need to draft? Like, are you thinking about we've got to have control for him?
You need to have control.
Oh, and here's that hero with
the Wraith King,
and it's going to be the Universe Wraith.
This they can still leave it open though, right? This could still be DJ, but more than likely this will be Universe. It could be
the rumored offlane Wraith King that has been a thing apparently behind closed doors, and of course in pubs. If you've been following some of the pro players, it's been up there. Some of the top offlaners are playing Wraith King at the moment. We may get a chance to see it here, but there is still the chance that it could be indeed a position 4.
I think we've already had one today as well.
There's already been one on another stream.
I know there's been a Wraith King pick. I don't know what position it was played in.
Yeah,
I think it may have been offlane.
I'm sure chat knows, actually. Chat.
People will know.
Was there another game today where we saw a Wraith King offlane? And someone will be able to tell us. Who won the first game? As you can see, we've got it on the screen just above the 2 team names, the lovely little yellow rectangle that indicates the Liquid didn't win the game. And there's a Shadow Shaman.
There's actually 2 offlane.
Oh, there's been 2 offlane Wraith Kings already?
I just glanced and I saw, I believe, Wraith Kings being played in 2 different games.
There's been 3 offlane Wraith Kings. Someone says there's been 5 offlane. I don't
even think we've had 5 games.
I think that's a ban. Okay, so 4th pick for FNATIC.
Alright, so Liquid takes the Shadow Shaman. So just a heavy amount of control for the Weaver. And gives them tower push.
5 seconds remaining.
Because right now, the only stun on FNATIC is a Wraith King stun, right?
Yeah.
So
I think you need more,
you can just you need to have ways to stop the shackle in the lane phase. I mean, if you just grab somebody and you have a Wyvern just poking him, the Shadow Shaman's not really
obviously the late we're gonna have the Splinter Bar stun
at 25, yeah.
At level 25. You know, so if they get to that point, they've got some stuns. But yeah, at the moment, you're certainly looking at the fact that this Bloodseeker and Shaman are gonna get away with a lot.
What do they want to reveal here? Like, because you have to give up something. You have to pretty much say where the Wraith King's gonna be.
Is it not a good idea to just play Tiny again?
The Willow, okay. This is a hero that we've been.
I like the Willow. I mean, I like the Willow. This hero is very, very good, and it does sort of offer you answers in that sense. Pretty much, obviously, once you get the 6 online, sure, Curse Crown is not really that reliable, but I guess the Bramble is good Bramble placement. It's very nice. The combo fear is. Yeah.
The combo with Wyvern and Willow is also incredible.
Okay.
Because the curse comes out, you can apply your brutes around the curse, and then you fear them right as the curse is ending. So they can't actually get their BKBs off after the curse, and then it pulls them into the Brambles if they don't have that magic immunity. It's a pretty cool combo. I've seen teams doing it. Not teams, but players doing it in pubs.
I'll tell you what's really nice about it as well. It's one of those support heroes that isn't really going to get bullied by a Bloodseeker, right? Because you just go into the Shadow Realm, TP out, can't kill you.
Yeah.
You can't kill.
You can waste a lot of the Bloodseeker's times as well. And you even have high damage. If you catch like someone Blood Rage, the Bloodseeker Blood Rage by himself or something, Willow is one of those that can always dish out a fair punch.
So it is a Wraith King. And it is the quad W strat. It's a Weaver, Wyvern, Wraith King, Willow. Are we going to get a 5th hero beginning with W?
Look at that.
Are we going to get
catch.
the full W strat? That is the question. Get those W's in chat. Is one of the language where W means like laughter or something? Does a country spam W's? Maybe not.
I know the SCA is they do the WK, right?
They do the
WKs and that's the laughing. But
WWWW.
Yeah, WWK. Yeah.
Guys, come on, 5th hero with W.
Is there? What's even left? It's like Witch Doctor, right?
Witch Doctor.
And Wind Ranger. That's
Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
That could work.
Is that
Let's get some mid lane Wind Ranger.
I think those are the only ones.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll happen.
Probably. So Liquid with the 4th pick. Still, who's going to be playing the Bloodseeker? Is that going to be Miracle or Matumba?
I actually not too sure just yet. I think they might be able to switch.
I mean, at the moment,
because they still swap mid and safe lane it between the two of them a lot, depending on the heroes. Like if it's an Invoker, there's no damn way you see Matumba Ming playing the Invoker. Like,
do you think it is most likely that the Shaman and Venge are going to be the dual supports?
I guess that we technically don't really know either. We'll find out from this pick.
Oh, it's a Husker!
God.
Oh, so Liquid. They wanted to be more dirty. We saw them bring out the Brood first game, the Huskar second game. This is the Liquid we know, and some people love. Yeah, Huskar pickers, Brood pickers, they got it all, Liquid in the first series.
They've got the ways to take the Roche as well, right?
Yep.
They've got the Venge Wave of Terror, and they've got the Shadow Shaman plus a Blood Rage thrown on top, so they've got that, and they've got ways to fight around the Roche Pit. The Shadow Shaman wards, the Blood Right. While on FNATICs, I mean, Wyvern is probably their big one around that Roche Pit, and Weaver to give the vision with the bugs.
Do you like the Huskar pick against a Weaver and a Wraith King? Because I feel these are 2 heroes that can sort of have the upper hand against a Huskar at a certain point of the game. You've got that sort of evasiveness with the Shikuchi. Wraith King is a hero, you got to kill him twice. And he's probably going to be the 3rd core, so he's not really sort of top priority.
I would think it looks like just like a timing thing, right? Okay. They get that Roche, and then you look at FNATIC's draft, and they don't look that strong. And now that's the way to fix it.
I've not seen this hero in a long time. There's the backup for the Huskar. The Omni Knight coming into play. And
a weird looking draft.
Oh boy. We are getting, as I said, these first 2 games have been quite a treat. We're getting some new heroes left, right, and center. So, FNATIC.
I mean, Huskar doesn't care too much about Wyvern or Willow, that's for sure. I mean, Wyvern can be annoying if you get a good curse, but there's an Omni Knight who can pretty much counteract that, get a good Guardian Angel.
So what have we got? FNATIC, are we saying this is going to be a universe? It's got to be right. We're looking for our bets here, mid.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't got Abed's hero here. So Abed, what's he gonna do?
He's got to pick something that can lane versus Huskar, something that doesn't just get run over. So maybe it could be Wind Ranger. It could be Wind Ranger.
Okay. Wind Ranger seems so... it
doesn't seem that great.
It's not great against the Bloodseeker, right? It's nasty.
No, I don't like that.
What do you play mid?
For Abed.
Meepo, of course, banned.
Yeah, that's not gonna be there.
So that's not a chance. So they were saying that in chat. You have just been banned as well. Viper is one that also does come to mind as sort of a safe pick, a hero that can maybe sort of hold his own against the Huskar. What about what? I was going to say, Storm could still work though, right? Sure, there's a Shaman, but
Shaman is.
You can dodge Magic Missile pretty easily. Rupture isn't much of a problem once you've got the mana to zip yourself to a safe distance. Could maybe play the Storm.
I want him something more early time. I want them to be able to fight against this.
What about the
Huskar.
Sniper? Oh, the Clink. We forgot the Clink.
We forgot the Clinks.
So another hero. A lot of people have been talking.
It was banned last game, last pick.
It was banned. So the Abed Clinks, as I would imagine, indeed, yeah. And as we said, the Universe offlane Wraith King. It has happened on some of the other streams, but we're going to get to see it for the first time on our stream.
All three of their cores are single target on FNATIC. I guess Liquid's kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Liquid's actually very single target. Well, this game is very single target oriented.
Oh yeah, I think FNATIC has FNATIC. They've got the Wyvern Willow. Like, that is a fantastic team fight setup if they can find it, and they are going to have a good chance of doing so. There's three cores, as you say, on Liquid. They're all melee, so they've got to be careful of sort of the Wyvern setup. Sure, one's going to be going in repelled, and one will be fine, but at the same time, you've got to have two of the cores, the Bloodseeker and the Huskar, that are going to look to get in the faces of FNATIC. And it's another draft where Liquid are looking to sort of run them over from the start.
I'm concerned for Clinks and Weaver versus with the Bloodseeker in the game. They pick two Invises that can start to get suffer a bit versus Thirst, but also Rupture's so good versus the three cores. Like Weaver, Wraith King, and Clinks. I think Wraith King is the one that wants to take it, but if he gets on the Clinks or Weaver, then that's where it starts to be a bit of an issue. Alright. FNATIC's gonna have to have some very good positioning. Universe has to have a pretty good time, I feel like, so he can be that frontliner to let Abed and Envy get the snipes in the backlines on the supports. Bloodseeker. Hi. It's gonna be DJ Universe, the bottom lane. INV, top.
We did see.
They might try to start the three heroes bottom and leave Envy at the top at the start, and then they TP right after they try to get first blood and secure the lane, maybe. I feel like they want to secure Universe.
It's very hard to get the CS right though if you're just a lone Weaver. If there's any
it's okay.
sort of. You think he'll be alright?
I think that's okay if he's alone. He starts for the beginning, and then they come up after. I think securing Universe a little bit is really important versus Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Because then you can actually slow this guy down. Like if Universe and DJ are down there alone, I think Matama Man can start chunking through. Wraith King isn't really like his armor is kind of low. He can get killed very easily by the right clicks from either a Shaman and a Bloodseeker. The Blood Rage Shaman throwing out Ether Shocks and right clicks that adds up very quickly.
Of laning stage.
Look at Liquid's expecting it. Liquid's expecting the three-man top, so they're sending my control top as the Omni Knight, and we do see, like we were mentioning, FNATIC is going to bring 3 store top. Because Wraith King, like, you want to play around this hero level 1 because you look, he has 4, 5, 6, maybe even more stuns coming out from him at this early level if you pop your mangoes, of course. You can put on so much pressure, get lots of kills in the early game. Just hiding in the trees to make sure. I'm so glad we actually get to see the Clinks nice and early. I was actually asking a bunch of players before today and yesterday, just what's the build? Because we've been seeing people talk about a lot of different builds. We've seen the Medallion into Hex. I've seen some Deso rushes. I've seen some Orchid rushes. So I'm intrigued to see what we do see out from this hero.
Already in the mid lane. That's Miracle with a 29 APM Abed. I believe he was only on single digits. Came at 9. It's not doing well in the middle. He's at the double digits now. Now APM at 10.
Now we get the good stuff.
We got
For once, we're in agreement.
We're going to grab 2 of the runes each. I'm going to kick off as of yet. But these lanes, as you say, you know, this is Liquid sort of reading what FNATIC's going to do. Are we going to see sort of FNATIC then respond to that? Are they going to try and force to get this aggressive lane against?
I mean, they just wanted to secure the tri lane initially. I think we're going to just see Pi moving around the map based off what he sees from Liquid's heroes. Kuro's going to start mid, throw some harassment onto Abed, and then that's where Pi will react. He's just going to follow Kuroki's movements.
Oh, some people in chat actually don't asking what APM means. It means all chat per minute. It's our new counter to keep on track of which team is using the BM.
Oh, Miracle.
Best.
He might just be dead.
He's
got
dead.
a fairy fire. Oh!
All right, Kuro's tried to come out. Kuro's got to be careful. I mean, Abed's just going to start right-clicking him down and back off.
They dewarded the mid ward too. Pi came in with a sentry, so they got that as well as the kill. Miracle started with a Wraith Band, by the way. Going for that straight Aquila rush, even if it's on the Huskar. We've been talking about Aquila being like that super powerhouse item you get on most solo.
So this is going to be a tough lane for MD. They're leaving him on his own. He's going to get punished, right? They've got a sentry down, Liquid.
Oh, he's not going to get like anything down here. He'll get some last hits with his right click, but Shakuching through the wave is very scary. You see, he's being very hesitant in actually going through the wave.
This mid lane, FNATIC certainly keeping very good control of it. It's Miracle at just a second there. And Kuro, he's got the shackles, but he's got to be careful himself, as with the Splinter Blast and the right click, he gets brought down very low. Will survive, but Abed having this fantastic backup in play from Pielidi's Wyvern. It's securing in this mid lane, and I think we are seeing potentially one of the answers to the Huskar. Just get the Clinks mid. It's very good with that high physical damage output. Yeah,
I mean, the level 2 as well as that big jump forward, because now it's like no one goes to Skeleton Walk early. You pretty much go 2-3 or 3-2. You just skip that Skeleton Walk. And
it's one of those, a lot of the times where you get bullied out of the lane because the Huskar opponent is going to be able to orb walk you. At this stage, in the early levels, the Clinks will just out DPS you, sort of orb walking you away from the creep wave.
And he's got vision advantage as the Clinks too, because they dewarded early on. So he's going to get Miracle up on the high ground over and over again when he steps up. And Universe is free farming top too.
Yeah.
So, again, FNATIC, they've got the start that they want.
Yeah, even though Liquid made those sort of altercations to the side lanes. Now, top lane, mind control. It's getting going on. He has got a purification. Be fine. Universe at this stage didn't quite have the Ray 5 Blast back online.
Skeletons will chase mind control. Skeletons hurt. Mind control. Problem pretty low.
Oh. That's spooky.
Oh, mind control.
He's dead. The Skeletons have done it.
And mid. Abed. He's pretty tanky.
Oh, the creep got shackled.
GH is gonna not drop the stick.
The Weaver Terror.
Pi. Uphill miss.
What is going on in this mid lane? We're seeing this is back a few patches. We've got 5 heroes mid at minute 3. All kicking off in the mid lane here between Abed, Pielidi, and Miracle Kuroki.
I can't believe my control died like that. That was pretty funny. DJ just taking advantage.
Yeah. Shadow realm. Okay. In the distance. Mid lane again. They do get the shackle. This time it's on target. GH is there with the magic missile holding on, and they've got the control. They do find the kill this time. Liquid.
So it looks like they're going to play this way. Because Matu now bottom. He's got this level advantage, and they're getting heroes low across the map. So Matu versus Envy. Envy's definitely going to struggle quite a lot here. So yeah, GH and Kuroki have to be making those moves around. It's that mid lane. The Miracle is getting just chunked down and constantly. This Blightstone right clicks.
It adds up. Miracle just having to bury sounds out to himself. Keep himself in the lane on the side. GH trying for the wraparound, but Pielidi there with the positioning. Keeping tabs on him, making it very hard for Liquid to sort of get away with that similar sort of wraparound play. Bottom lane, Matumbaman. He pulled down very low there by Envy. Obviously with the sort of the attention drawn towards mid, Envy now having a much better time down bottom now that he's only got to deal with one hero.
Yeah, he had a good like creep wave push coming through, and he got the bugs on Matu, so he was able to actually put the pressure out. I think GH should know that there's a ward here now on this high ground that he keeps coming from, because Pi instantly reacts.
Top lane, they're going to mind control. Has got the repel as well as the purification. Will be enough to allow him to back off, but of course because of this pressure from DJ and Universe, he is not getting much out of the lane at all. Only 10 CS on the Omni Knight, and as you can see, Universe 30 for 14 on his Wraith King, having a flawless time up top. Trying to come out again onto DJ. Just had the Mango and the spells available. Kuro's going to be there as well for this fight. Kuro's looking to be the one in trouble though. As Paladine does start to get the slow upon him. Universe closing in, has got the stun back up in a second. Chucks out the Wraith Fire Blast, Ramble down as well, so no escape for Kuroki. It's FNATIC. Themselves another kill. 5 for 1.
Similar to last game.
They seem to be very good at playing the lanes, FNATIC. Even in sort of situations where both games, this is against a Huskar lineup in game 2, it's against a Broodmother lineup in game 1. But they're able to play the lanes and sort of bully the weaknesses of these heroes that we've seen time and time again in the past just to absolutely roll over teams.
Yeah, I'm loving Pai's play so far this game. He's just incredibly active even on a hero like Wyvern. He just reacts very quickly to the movements from Liquid, and his warding's been on point. Same thing with the sentries. You see him just constantly moving around, trying to make plays happen. The sentry in mid lane, sentry on the usual ward spot, and sentry already up top, so just preparing for everything. And yeah, look at this move toward top. Mind control may get brought down. Just out of range.
I'm safe. Fine, TJ works back a bit. Again, just so much space being made for Universe up top.
Yeah. And because of this, because of forcing so much movements, like you said, it gives Envy that freedom down bottom to actually be a ranged Weaver lane dominator versus a Bloodseeker.
All 3 cores of FNATIC certainly feeling like they're going to come online at a better pace in comparison to the pace that the cores of Liquid want to. You know, you have this Huskar and Miracle. He did not have that great start. He's 0-3-1, died 3 times in the laning stage with the dual pressure that both Paladine and Abed were piling onto him.
Now he's engaging. Very nice camp for himself there too, so he can keep burning spears to farm it faster.
Lane trying to get on mind control. It's been a bit of a tricky kill to go for, obviously being the Omni Knight with the Repel and the Purification. Again, mind control will be safe. But in terms of keeping FNATIC off the tier 1 top, it's very hard for mind control to do on his own. FNATIC pushing in. You get the Brave Fire Blast. Kuro's going to be there with the potential backup. We'll look towards mind control with the Bramble and the right click there for the Shadow Realm, bringing mind control down very low. He will manage to get away as Kuro looks to give his life, as he will hold back Universe. FNATIC simply turn their attention towards the Shaman instead and will take his life. Kuroki will fall. Mind control does manage to get himself back to safety, but he is going to have to take the long walk back to base.
Well, that's for the good of the team. Kuro just constantly tanking that. Abed mid versus Miracle. Miracle. Okay.
Back in the game. Towards the mid lane to help out Miracle.
Wanted to go for Envy down here.
They get the Brave Wave of Terror upon him. A little too deep beneath the tower for them to go for, especially with Paladine coming in, having that extra backup for Envy. So with the Wyvern around and with that time lapse, of course, now online for Envy, a very tricky kill to find. Top lane, 8 minutes in, FNATIC find the tier 1 tower.
So I was wondering what Wraith King builds we're going to be seeing. So it just looks like Tread, Soul Ring into Blink. I've been hearing some rumors about the Dominator, because you buff up your spiders and you act like the split pushing beast, but Universe wants to be acting as an initiator to start the fights for his team. And I think it suits perfect with what his lineup has.
Kuro's heading out. A little careful. They could try for Universe, but Universe, of course,
He's
got Reincarnate. It's, yeah, with 2 of them with close behind him. Very hard kill to find. Bottom lane.
They're very underleveled on Liquid. Level 4 Shadow Shaman, level 5 Omni, there's a level 7 Wraith King.
Look, because on the individual net worth, mind controls Omni, very poor. Only 1800. On a similar level of farm to that of the supports on FNATIC.
Miracle's actually just been in the triangle, you know, the dire triangle we call, for the last 4 minutes or so, just trying to farm back up. Level 7 now already, and has 2 components for that armlet. So not slowed down that much. He's pretty much the same level as the Clinks, maybe 1 level behind, but decent recovery for dying 3 times.
I mean, this is that we saw obviously in game 1. Sort of.
See you,
GH. Oh, TP, is it gonna pay off? It is not. It's just there as the Shukuchi's back online for him. To get himself the kill. But yeah, game 1, we saw, I believe the 10-minute mark, it was more sort of like a 7k advantage for FNATIC. This game not nearly as sizable, only a 2k lead at the moment, so absolutely every chance that Liquid are going to be able to make that recovery story happen. We saw them do it with heroes that may have struggled, like a Brood last game from Matumba. That did have a very punished start. At the same time round, this game we have Miracle suffered in the laning stage. Definitely the potential to make that comeback happen, as we've seen Liquid do many times before.
I mean, this one though, it's not like the pressure isn't there. I feel like in the last game when you're playing as FNATIC and you see this Spectre and the game starts ticking, you have that like ticking time bomb. You start feeling it, the pressure. Well, on this one, it's not like that as much. Sure, like Huskar and Bloodseeker are still very strong, but Mind control. Trying to get himself these bounties. Now gonna just run, trying to make
cost
some
him
space.
his life. Yeah, for the curse crown. Into another rate fire blast if necessary. There we go, lays it down. Another kill for Universe. 1700 towards that Blink Dagger. It's going to be so this 11-12 minute mark. Blink Dagger on this offlane Wraith King. He is having a glorious time. The dust is out onto Envy, but he's already out of it. Can't quite find the lockdown required. As Envy makes his way back to safety. Bottom lane, Piladai trying to find himself that level 6, so he's going to be ready for the team fights.
That's why we see Envy being so active right now. I think that's probably one of the biggest things I see Envy do is like either hits the jungle or just starts making moves around the map to make sure that his supports can get, or in particular Pi, gets that level 6 at a good early timing.
I'll take it.
Gonna give him just some farm right here. Miracle does have the armlet finished.
And look, I wonder if we'll go with this. Interesting, as you said, item builds for Clinks at the moment, pretty much up in the air. The straight Monkey King bar rush.
Guess he's expecting the halberds and whatnot to come out for the Miracle Huskar.
So gonna be there.
Okay. Like we said, like I've heard from all players, I've heard different builds. That's why I'm very intrigued to be seeing this. I haven't asked. Actually, I'll use this right here because I actually asked Miracle like a couple of hours ago, and he said he doesn't really know exactly what the build is. They're all kind of still experimenting to feel what's best. But we've seen, like we said, Medallion, Hex, Deso, and Orchid. I guess now an MKB. Power push mid. The board's placed down by Liquid. Slow it down a bit here. They're even bringing Universe, who I believe has the blink. He does. They've got that way to start the fight.
So they can find the opening Universe going in. They have managed to kill off the Huskar straight away. There was no sort of save out in time from Liquid, as indeed FNATIC just jumped forward. Clean up 2. The tier 1 will be safe for now, and now they can put some pressure on themselves. In the fights as such, I believe the DJ there with a very nice sort of fear, making it very hard for really Liquid to find the position, because that's the problem. You know, as an Omni Knight, well, some of your spells, they've not got the greatest of cast rate. So you've got to be very careful when there's the Dark Willow in the game. Like, how do you sort of get close enough to your core to have that sort of last minute save? You've either got to throw it out straight away, you've either got to throw it out yourself, maybe repel yourself so you can get purification out. It's very hard to play this sort of melee, well, obviously you're not a support, so he's falling behind in net worth, but in terms of having the saves, you know, having your offlaner be the save, like, how does he do it in this sort of a game with DJ getting out the Pierce?
Uh-oh. Kuro TPs to the shrine, and he's dead. Looks like he maybe wanted to get some wards up, but it's 11-1 already. Map control by FNATIC.
It is getting crazy. It's just so hard to sort of write Liquid out of a game after you saw what they did game 1. Like, this is the thing. There is, of course, there's this lead for FNATIC, but so there was as well game 1.
Yeah, just this one, you know, we touched upon how there's a lot of short range on Liquid. Pretty much, 3 melee, but then also Venge and Shadow Shaman aren't the longest range heroes either. And they're playing not only into Wyvern, but into that Willow, as you're talking about. So those AoE abilities can really start to play a big factor once those team fights coming out, as we just saw. Even though it was like, not really, like, it's a team fight, but it's like, the team fight's done after the first, like, 3 seconds.
Sure, it was a fight that Liquid sort of got themselves caught in and then didn't want to stick around. Themselves out of.
Almost has the Blade Mail. Looks like it's just going to be a Crimson Guard rush for mind control, since it's majority physical damage coming out from FNATIC.
They're going to try again for this tier 1. See if they get away with it this time. TPs are coming through from FNATIC. Miracle on the front lines, repelled up. So we'll have to back away. Universe, he's in. Straight away with the Raid Fire Blast. There's the swap for GH, trying to keep Miracle safe. Still will get caught up by the Splinter Blast so low. And as you can see with the team, they're just ignoring GH and going straight for Miracle. The physical damage isn't enough. They've got the Cursed Crown. There's the backup of Mind Control. Maximum Man tries to turn with the Roger, but there's the Winter's Curse coming out, catching the 3 of them, holding them in place. Miracle with the armlet, Toggle still alive, but no, he finally pops. They've taken down Miracle. Universe will get taken down the once, but he's got the Reincarnate. He's ready to come back for a second round. 3 dead on Liquid. They just can't win these fights. 14-1. As FNATIC very close to having the Demon Edge on our bed. This Monkey King bar, at the pace that he's going to get it.
I think Liquid has to just not wait to take these fights when they have some more levels. Like, my control only was level 7 in those fights, so he's got 4 points in Purify and 2 in Repel, but that's not really displaying the power that Omni can really have in these fights. Like, the Repel comes out and then they have to make something happen as that Repel happens, but they can't. They can't actually just straight up start the fight like FNATIC can with a blink stun. They don't have that option just yet.
I mean, the more you think about it as well, the more annoying a Wraith King offlane is, right? Because how do you deal with this hero, right? You've got sort of this offlane hero that, you say off, but he's second highest on the net worth. This is a massive problem. As we saw, you can kill him once, but the sort of time it takes to kill him twice, that's more than enough time for a Klinks to have ripped through half of your team. Yeah, and Klinks, we saw there, he can just kill in one disable for the most part against a lot of these heroes. Throwing a Weaver bug on top, and I mean, he's about to have MKB finished. So that's even, you know, we talked about how he's going to get evasion on the Huskar, that halberd, but there's already going to be an MKB done. I was going to say, it's not a lot of games where you see a Huskar sort of be a whole halberd away from having a halberd when there's a Monkey King bar in the game. You know? Yeah. This is quite the pickup from Abed. Bottom lane mind control. The team fights the team fights really just feel like it's going to be so difficult for Liquid to actually take. They have to get it through like 1-by-1 pickoffs or just some miraculous save on Miracle if they do want to take these fights. Just on paper, like looking at it, like with Wyvern and Willow, the team fight's already just better unless the Omni Knight gets like perfect spell usage off. So I think GH swaps on Miracle. They need to watch how they clump and have mind control in the right position. It's going to be tough. I mean, it really just feels like the draft of FNATIC this game is... I don't know if Liquid drafted the best way to deal with it.
It's very like single target.
Like, but for Liquid, how do they actually go about getting these kills? It's just that they have lockdown in the form of the Shaman, but they've got very elusive heroes on...
I think they just want to play... Lineup. They want to play with an Aegis. They want to be playing with a Roche, but they smoke, and Abed is already walking directly into... Like that's usually the theme of the game when you're with a Huskar is getting that rush, but then I look at it like the Shadow Shaman, the Venge, and the Huskar on top. It's just like screaming Roshan. But into FNATIC's lineup, it's tough. They do get the Rupture onto Envy. He'll keep himself out of the Blood Riot and not be baited into using his time lapse. He'll be able to keep his distance and TP back to base safely. Again, sort of just a lack of strong, hard initiation from Liquid that could set up them for kills. Bottom lane mind control pretty deep. Gonna go for the repel. And see if the Universe turns up to the lane to clean up the farm. It does look like Liquid decided that the fights, they need to split up and just make sure that they're heroes right now at this point, because you see GH starts farming, maybe he's level 8 now. Omni Knight, Mind Control, farming bottom, level 10. You see that big jump up in levels instantly from them just splitting up. Matu and Kuroki poised top rather than taking fights, so they are starting to get their resources back into play, but still 7k advantage for FNATIC, and they're not really letting up this time. They're looking to keep the pressure on constantly. Oh, he gets him at the end. DJ. He's got a Spirit Vessel already. He's going to get that kill too there. DJ with the foresight to set up for that second kill, the big one as well. Finding Matumba Man with the fear, cancelling his TP. I think this may be one of those heroes that you just don't want to let DJ to have. As 507 on the Dark Willow. You're not killing him, and he is setting up the big kills as well. And now they're making their way in that rush. Liquid, they really want this, but I don't think they can contest this by any means. It's dying far too fast to Abed and Envy. And Envy's even got a Maelstrom on top too. Envy, sure, he didn't die in the lane at all. He was left alone, but he's completely farmed up. Yeah, the Maelstrom, a bit of an injury. Not necessarily the most common sort of damage item for a Weaver you see gone for. I mean, why do you think he does go for them? It's on paper, you're going to get a proc. The Geminate, that's likely. Still do a lot of damage. I mean, it's probably still one of the best damage items for a Weaver, and you can split push better. Yeah, he's just more concerned just about being farmed in this game, it looks like. Because his teammates are making a lot of the plays, we've been seeing. Like the Wraith King as well as... I mean, Wraith King and Willow have been making a lot of the plays, but highlight die. 1-0 and 11 on this Winter Wyvern. I mean, they're all having fantastic. I say 17-1, as we saw down there, GH getting picked off. Mid lane. Just classic Dark Willow things as Dark Willow solo bullies a core out of the lane. He's got a vessel early on in the game. He can just keep vesseling this Huskar and making his life miserable. Yeah, same level as the Huskar as well. Level 12 on the Dark Willow. Yeah. DJ's always high level. He's having a fantastic time. Alright, okay. Maelstrom. He had the Blade Mail queued, I did see that. The Blade Mail Weaver. That is something different. Envy always queues up items, don't change it, remember. I mean, I want to see the Blade Mail. I mean, it's the he runs with the Blade Mail and then he time lapses. I mean, I guess that's what it is. There you go. That's the thing. It's like, aha, you think that I'm buying Blade Mail on a hero with 1k HP? No. I have 1k times 2 is 3k. He'll change. 2k. I hope he doesn't change it. I hope he doesn't. Oh god, that's a DD Abed. All right, Klink's hitting for 400. an MKB.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
And another MKB being built by Universe, of course, just all trying to deal with that itemization. Will be that evasion.
Damage.
GH.
Is about to flounder. Dire's bottom
Tower.
couldn't withstand the tide.
The middle lane. Miracle and Mind Control, not really two that he wants to go in on alone, but the backup is on its way.
Is about to
The blast won't quite catch out Miracle, but Envy looking to lead in. Mind Control is sort of separated here. The stun from Universe is going to be that there's no chance of really Mind Control getting up in range of Miracle. The fit, oh, again coming out onto the two of the Miracle will try for the TP out as he had Miracle, but there's the Winter's Curse coming out from TI8, holding both Miracle and Mind Control in place as FNATIC will easily clean up both of them.
And there's the another part of the Willow combo I actually didn't even say either. Is the curse into just the Curse Crown. Yeah, curse him and then you get a stun right afterwards anyway, and that is a scales up to a 3.5 second stun.
I was gonna say, it's this hero. There's not a bad trait of Dark Willow. It doesn't feel. Every spell's amazing, especially as we say in the hands of DJ. And there it is, the Blade Mail Weave. To see it live in action.
Yeah, he did. Okay,
He
nice. Oh,
So
bottom, Matu.
he's got a Blade Mail. And that will sort of put Arbet off from going straight for the kill.
Is under attack.
Timberman, he's gonna show his face again. He's got the swap from GH. Okay, the counterplay. They're looking to sort of bait Arbet into this with the magic missile. They may have just managed to outplay Arbet. Is Arbet now surrounded? Will try for the TP out. Is he going to make it? He is. Arbet gets out. DJ's coming in. He wants to kill off Timberman. Repels there from Mind Control. And DJ as well. His Shadow Realm. He TP's out. They both escape and draw the attention of 4 members of Liquid down towards that bottom lane that don't find any action at all.
I can't believe Arbet lived.
Very, I mean, it's 20 to 1, 22 minutes in. I know the last game, we saw FNATIC throw away quite a sizable advantage. Surely that's not happening in this game. This is something now.
They've got the items to counter the Huskar before he's even. I mean, now he's starting to get closer to it. But look again, no hesitation. FNATIC with so much map control, just always looking for Miracle. They've got the control, the damage. Will he get in range of the shrine? Yeah, Envy though.
Envy.
But he's got the.
Oh,
got the Aegis.
okay, he's got the Aegis. And he's got that Blade Mail ready for round 2. Universe on the side. He's got the stun onto GH. GH is gone. That's going to be a double after he picked up Miracle, of course, down towards Dire's jungle. Kuro held back by the Winter's Curse, cancelling the TP. And Arbet, he's already looking for the rest of the side. They got the Ray Fire Blast stun out onto Timberman. The damage from Arbet enough to finish him off. Kuro's still on the run, but Envy and TI8 ready to chase, as it looks like Mind Control was the only one to successfully get himself out of this terrible, terrible place for Liquid to find themselves, as a double kill for Envy's picked up. 24 to 1. FNATIC absolutely stomping Liquid here in this game too.
Yeah, they just can't get any way to actually take fights versus FNATIC. They just keep having to split up. They never can be clumped as 5 versus this because of how really the lanes and everything. When just FNATIC in full control. Liquid got good wards up in the meanwhile a couple minutes ago, but doesn't really help them actually take the fights. Sure, they'll know where the fights might be happening, but their heroes just aren't at that point yet. Fully countered too. Even when the Huskar gets his item, I think the MKB is almost done on Universe as well, so 2 of them.
See this replay again as Envy sort of baits them in as they go forward to pop the Aegis. But little do they know that FNATIC was ready and raring to fight straight after the Aegis was taken out of the hands of Envy, as they strike back hard, cleaning up 4 of the 5 of Liquid.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Lead just continues to grow. 15k net worth advantage now, 22,000 in experience.
Those dire swine denied their bottom tower.
As Liquid are going to have to pull out something quite phenomenal to swing this one around against a tricore of Klinks, Wraith King and Weaver. All 3 heroes scaling very, very nicely as the game goes on. There, as you pointed out earlier, there's no sort of Spectre-esque hero on Liquid's lineup as they had in game 1.
I think they just have to be playing behind each other now. Like you're getting split up, you're getting picked off too much. I mean, it's 24 to 1. Yep. They have to be sitting as a unit. But look at this Pi again. The vision from Pi in both games has been phenomenal. 1-0-15 on the Wyvern. He sees all of Liquid poised here. Pi actually smokes himself, trying to find some wrap here.
He's going to open up onto Matumba. Drops the Winter's Curse. Doesn't look like they're actually going to look to follow up on it though. as Pi, he'll try for a TP out, will make it. Will not be found in the tree line. So it looks like FNATIC didn't really want to commit for that fight there.
No, I mean, Envy was pushing top for quite a while already.
Yeah.
And Liquid they could see Envy pushing top. They had all these wards, just seeing him run through the lane as well. They were just trying to get any type of pick off there to get back up, because they are, as we said, like 5-manning now. They are just sitting behind this Huskar with the new Evans Halberd.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Radiant scan right on the high ground there. They know that Liquid's up.
No at all, FNATIC.
Great read to the map.
From lane
High.
Pi. Found out here by the way of Terra. On the side though, here the Fear indeed pushing the two of them back. They're ready to commit as Arbet pops the BKB, looks towards Matuma. Matuma will keep the distance, but Miracle, he's in trouble. The Curse Crown kicks in, he'll get surrounded. He does have to repel him back because he'll look to try and man up onto Arbet, but the damage is not there. He'll jump himself across to Envy, but Envy still alive, keeping himself fine with the time lapse. They've lost 4 on Liquid, and they're going to lose more. They chase down there onto Mind Control as he heads towards the Ancients, ask them to take him, but there's no chance as the damage is too high from Universe, grabbing the triple kill. A team wipe 29-1 now for FNATIC against Liquid. I don't think FNATIC can throw this game.
I don't think that they. It just feels impossible. They've got
they're so far ahead.
They're 3 cores. They have MKB. So that fresh halberd was countered before he even got it, but now it's even more so countered. And they just, they can't take any fight. They can't take any fights by any means. Even if they have everybody there, it just seems impossible.
Certainly looks like FNATIC did their preparation here for TI. This first series, short game 1, they lost, but at the same time, we saw a lot of sort of positives.
They looked
FNATIC
great in the first 15 minutes.
They just let it slip. This is what happens when FNATIC don't let it slip. It just is absolute destruction.
Such crisp plays. I mean, I'm just gonna keep reading Pi's score because his warding for me has been a really big point of them being able to make a lot of these plays.
Every time the Winter's Curses, the fears from DJ, so much to just stop these sort of little plays happening like that, as we saw the Miracle trying for the kill. And so as we can see, what the goal distribution from both teams, all I can see is there's a lot more of the chart on FNATIC side than there was of Liquid.
In every category.
There wasn't much of a chart on Liquid's side.
In last hits, it's FNATIC. In kills, FNATIC. In every single tiny thing, it's been FNATIC. Towers, etc. Liquid, this might be the last hurrah. Trying to see what they can catch here. Universe will break it.
Yeah, and he's out straight away. So FNATIC, no. FNATIC, no. And of course, Universe with that Skeleton's attack damage talent. The army is ready to roll. Try and lead in with the Rupture, but again, you're rupturing a Willow. Shadow Brown with a TP out. He's fine. DJ's back. Doesn't, of course, TP all the way back. He's at the tier 2, so he's still ready to join the fight if it kicks off.
Maybe they try for the Roche. They have very little options that they can actually do. It's either take a fight, try to win it, or I mean
surely
Roche,
they can't get away with
need
this.
Aegis and Sheath, but this is this is gonna be really hard to take. FNATIC has ways to get vision in the pit easily with the bugs.
Universe is just draining, giving the vision, looking for the chance to open up. He does get turned upon, and well, with the magic immunity, they'll be able to take him down once. On the side, Envy poking and prodding at GH. So that's going to be DJ finishing off Kuroki. Envy ready to go back in as the buyback is coming out, but there's no buyback from Miracle. He's dead for 50 seconds. DJ being chased down by Matuma Man, but Matuma Man at the same time having to be careful as Envy on the chase. BAM!
He's dead.
DJ with the snipe gets the pick off. And that will be Roshan falling into the hands of FNATIC. GH, he should fall as well. The Curse Crown holding him down. DJ dancing around him, picking up a triple kill. It just doesn't stop for this point. 9-0-13 on the Willow this game.
Everybody score on the side of FNATIC.
It's
34-1. It'll happen.
It's 34-1.
Such crisp plays coming out all around from them. Liquid just don't seem to have a dog in this fight at all.
I mean, I know it's sometimes you see ups and downs from TI winners at the past, but have we ever seen a TI winner turn up and get 34-1 in the first series at the next one? I don't think so. It's a rough time for Liquid. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like Liquid are playing terrible. It just feels like FNATIC are playing fantastically. Sort of the draft decisions, the lane decisions, and the calls that are being made, that the individual plays. It's 10 out of 10 across the board from FNATIC at the moment.
Their teamwork, the teamwork is excellent too. It's just like it doesn't seem like that hesitation's coming around, right? Like Pi was, in the beginning of the game, let's say like Pi was the Wyvern, he's walking from top rune, and they start making an aggressive play mid, instead of walking that extra like 20 seconds it would have taken him to be there, he instantly just teleported. Like the decision making is very, very top notch right now by FNATIC. Not giving Liquid any extra breathing room in this game. While usually what we talked about in the last game, right? Sometimes it tends to be when FNATIC has these big leads, they sometimes start backing off, start farming. This game, no. It was like this Willow, the Wraith King, the Wyvern, all looking for aggressive plays.
That's some open AI level of confidence here from the numbers. 99% win probability here for FNATIC. I mean, I admire that. You know, you look at the numbers, but it is FNATIC. 98. You know,
98. Take it down a little.
I think I'd take it down a little bit. We've seen some crazy back and forth from FNATIC in the past.
It's true. Who's the only one with? It's Abed's the only one with the death, right? Yeah, it's just Abed.
Oh, Abed. Oh, he had a good run.
Miracle. No. Still a lot of damage coming through. We'll be okay for now.
Oh, the bait.
Heavy.
Okay. Got the Aegis. It's back from round 2. The heals. Keeping Miracle alive here very nicely. Mind control. They'll turn. They've got the Shadow Shaman wards down. Universe. He'll get popped once. The Reincarnate on the side. The Fear trying to push back Liquid. Liquid still yet to lose anyone. The Winter's Curse might do something about that though, as it does hold Matumba Man in place. No, Matumba. It's fine. Sorry, Mind Control's held. Mind Control's out. Universe jumps in with a Ray Fire Blast. Envy into the midst of it all, but there's the jump forward Miracle, but there's a Cold Embrace save from Twilight Eye, keeping Envy safe. Now the cleanup happens as Liquid lose 4. Willow there with the chase down. They'll tap out. It's enough. 38 to 1. We'll have them. 39 to
39. DJ, I mean, when you just see that moment right there, DJ just blinks in and hexes you. You're like, wait. Willow has a hex and a blink and a vessel, and he's level 20.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. The Willow is like the same level as the core heroes.
Wow. Liquid's not going to be feeling too good about that one, and FNATIC are going to be feeling on top of the world. The series